Nah, no.
A little bit.
A little bit. If you're going to go off of what I put out there, you got to keep it going.
You can't just say our names. A little bit of AB in this pod.
You could.
Mambo number 8.
They don't make them
Mambo
like they used
number
to.
8.
They should have never made them.
Who Let the Dogs Out? Mambo number 8. Those are good ones, man.
Who Let the Dogs Out? Oh my god,
That was a bop in elementary
How
school.
many fucking movies and shit was that song in?
So many fucking.
Any movie with a dog.
Yeah,
Bro.
any movie with a dog. Beethoven, Rugrats in Paris. No dog in that
Air
one.
Bud.
Air Bud.
Air
Oh,
Bud.
for sure it was an Air Bud.
For years, I thought that song "Who Let the Dogs Out." For years, I thought the song meant like who let the like horny ass dudes out to go and like smash these chicks. Like,
Does it not mean that?
Who like the dogs, like me and my boys, like let's go. Like
It
fucking
probably
smash.
does.
No, it doesn't. What it actually means is like
Tell me
who
these
let
dogs.
these like ugly women out.
That's hilarious.
That's the meaning of the song. It's like who let these ugly women
Wow.
out. Like who let the dogs out, man.
the OG
Like
grenades.
let them return home. Yeah, it's like that's the OG grenade.
Oh shit!
He started letting them bark on the song.
The only thing that would have been funnier if it was about actual dogs getting out.
Yeah,
Yeah, that would have been
Who let my
hilarious.
fucking dogs out? Now they're running around the neighborhood.
Oh
you
my
discover
God.
the true meaning.
Yeah.
It's just
like
like
the dogs out.
derogatory towards women.
My dog had got out that morning and he's
She
running
never
down
came
the
back.
street. Yeah. That's a good fucking song right
Oh
there.
my
dude.
God.
The Rugrats
Awesome.
movies were bangers.
Those were fun ones, man.
Well, shit. How y'all been this week, man? How y'all feeling?
Been all right,
Not
dude.
bad, man. I watched that Quiet on Set documentary
Oh,
on
yeah.
HBO.
Yeah.
Talking about the Nickelodeon, basically like, everything that happened behind the scenes of like all that, the Amanda Show, Drake and Josh,
Yeah.
because they had one showrunner, Dan Schneider, that was basically spearheading everything, all the like big projects at Nickelodeon. He was like the producer slash like showrunner, so he was writing them and hiring all the kids and shit.
It's a shame how talented that dude was. He made a lot of bangers.
He made a lot of
He
bangers.
did.
A lot of heat.
He did a lot of fucked up shit too, though. Man.
He did.
A lot,
He did.
yeah, he's a piece of
He,
shit.
one of the biggest things that I think he did that was the most fucked up was he hired, and whether he knew it or not, I don't know. They probably should have vetted these people. He hired like legitimate pedophiles
Yeah.
who like they eventually came out that
They
these,
said they were pedophiles.
yeah, these dudes were doing shit. They found tons of evidence. These dudes' houses.
How many though? It was that Brian
It was at
Peck
least
dude
it was at least 3.
Yeah.
Whoa.
At least 3 that were like worked.
Convicted and shit.
Yeah, that worked with him or like around him.
Yeah, and it's crazy because these fucking like these agents or whatever they would be, it would be like a speech coach or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
They would like take them around. Like they would stay at their house sometimes. They would take them to like fucking school or wherever the fuck they went to eat and stuff like that.
Bro, the shit with Drake when he was taking him to like Disney World.
Yeah.
Off after hours.
Bro, I saw something and it was like someone pulled like his agent aside or something like that, and they were like, "Don't leave Brian Peck alone with Drake." I
That was his dad.
Yo,
His dad. His dad was
that's
like
fucked up,
his
dude.
dad
His
was,
dad knew about it.
Yeah, his dad was his manager for many years, and like usually when you're a child actor, your parents are required to be on set. So his dad was always they're real tight. His dad was always on set with him, like watching everything,
Yeah.
and he saw how this dude was around Drake, and he knew some shit was going on, and he tried to say stuff to like the producers multiple times.
For
Yeah.
sure,
But
making
they
a lot
w-
of money though.
But they would be like, "Oh, don't worry, like Brian's like he's just friendly, like he's gay."
No,
so
that's what it,
they
was
they tried to gaslight him, like, "Oh, he's gay," like.
He's gay. That makes it worse.
And I was like, "What? Like, what does that mean? Like, just because he's like, they're like because he's a little effeminate." I'm like, "No, like, there's a difference between being gay, like effeminate, whatever, and like touching my kid."
yeah,
You know what
Bro,
I mean?
they
the
were
Brian
like-
Peck guy was gay,
Yeah,
right?
Brian
yeah.
Peck.
They were like, he's gay. Are you homophobic because you have a problem with him touching? And I was like, yo, that's
And then the dad
crazy.
was like, he was like, "Oh shit, like, all right, let me just fucking chill." And then
Yeah.
like, eventually, Brian Peck like basically inserted himself into Drake's life and like would start trying to hang out with Drake more. And he was telling Drake's mom a lot because Drake's mom and Drake's dad were having difficulties, like, and they were getting divorced or
Yeah.
pretty much divorced.
Mhm.
And he was telling her like, Drake's dad's probably taking a lot of money. Like, you should look at the accounts, like divorce him, whatever. So eventually she did. And then she was like, "Hey, like I want to manage Drake's account. Drake's a career now. I don't want you to anymore." And then Drake's dad asked him. He's like, "Drake, what do you want?" And Drake was like, "Yeah, I want my mom to manage my career."
Damn.
And then after that, basically right before Drake's dad handed everything over to the mom, he told her, "Watch out for Brian Peck. I don't want Drake around him whatsoever without you being there, without anybody being there. Please, like, do not let him be around this guy without any adults around."
Was the mom good for Drake or bad?
no.
She was horrible, bro. She didn't do shit.
She just let him do whatever?
Yeah, she would let this Brian guy like pick Drake up from auditions and take him around town, and he would stay. Drake would stay at this guy's house, a 40-something-year-old man.
That's insane.
It's like a
Insane.
13 to 15-year-old kid sleeping
Truly
over at his
insane.
house. And then basically how it goes is like I guess one night Drake was asleep and he woke up and the guy was sexually assaulting him, and
Yeah.
they didn't go into too much specifics. They don't need to because
They had the records.
They
They
did.
said
They did a lot of this. He did a lot of disturbing
shoving something
shit.
up Drake's ass, I believe.
Yeah.
Forced penetration,
Which is absolutely
swallowing
insane.
of a children's semen.
He sucked
Like,
Drake
abused?
off.
I'm
Probably,
sure it was
yeah.
both ways. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
So
fucking
probably
he
both
awful,
ways.
shoved
bro.
an inanimate object up Drake's ass.
Yeah.
Sucked him off.
Yeah.
Didn't bone him though. Didn't have sex with
No,
Drake.
he did. He did.
He did.
He
He
did?
woke up
Yeah,
to it.
bro.
I
Drake-
thought he was like shoving something inanimate up Drake.
No, it was forcible
He did-
penetration.
He did both.
Yeah.
He did. I don't want to get into the specifics here.
No, bro, I can't not.
You need to-
We can't talk
Omar,
about things like
you-
this and have me not like I.
You
this
need
is
to
too
know?
serious.
Do you
It's
need
too-
to know?
No,
It's too
he's
serious.
laughing to diffuse the situation,
No,
guys.
it's horrible either way. But I think that's like the ultimate Jesus Christ. That's like fucking.
It's
Yeah,
insane.
it's horrible,
If he
man.
was actually.
It
fully,
is crazy.
Yeah, fully assault. Damn, that's fucking terrible.
It's
man.
crazy that the mom was
Fuck.
just like, oh, like, all right, we'll just let
What?
this.
We're getting into bad space, bro.
I know, dude.
I know.
That's why I didn't want to talk about it. It's too real.
That shit's fucking tough.
But and
man.
Amanda Bynes, that poor girl, dude. She had such
Yeah.
a promising future, and they absolutely destroyed her. Dan
Yeah.
Schneider.
They didn't say that anything specific happened to her. It was just they basically pointed to flags that like her relationship with Dan Schneider was a little weird.
Yeah.
But nothing ever like came out that he did anything specifically
Didn't-
to any kids.
My girlfriend told me something about that. People had found out she had like a private Instagram with like not a lot of followers and stuff, where she would go and vent and shit.
Uh-huh.
And she was saying something about imagine having to get an abortion by your daughter's kid at
Wait.
the age of like 13 or something.
Wait.
Like imagine having to get an abortion and it's your boss's kid.
Oh, you confused me because you
What
said
is
your
it? Is that
daughter's.
father?
Your daughter's
You said your
kid.
daughter's kid.
Oh my bad.
I was like, wait, what?
I meant boss. I
I was
boss.
like, holy shit.
How is that even possible?
That's crazy.
No, boss's kid. So she was implying Dan Schneider. She got an abortion of Dan Schneider's kid.
I believe it. I
At
mean,
the
I'd
age
have
of
to.
13.
I have to see it. I don't know, but I mean, if that's fucking true, that's
the relationship
insane.
was very weird.
It
And
was
it's
weird.
crazy when you look back on it. Like someone sent to our group chat. Someone sent like a little. It was like a video, and it was a montage of all the creepy little bits that they did on the show.
Yeah.
Like where they'd be spraying Ariana Grande with water guns, which is a lot more harmless. But then
But
they
that
would
was
have some-
crazy.
It is a little wild. But my little kid Boing Boing was like,
Oh, it was up.
I can't believe they put this in here. This is sweet. But which is fucking terrible if you really think about it, because there are
Yeah.
adults behind all this.
Yeah.
But there was another one with Ariana Grande double fisting a potato, and it straight up looks like she's jerking this thing off, and she's trying to get juice out of the potato.
Yeah.
And she leans back on her back, and the potato kind of nuts on her.
No, it wasn't that. It was a separate thing.
That was a different thing.
Yeah,
They just
there was the
clipped
one
them
with
together.
the potato, and then there was another one where she was like, "Oh, I'm thirsty," and she laid upside down and she poured water like
That's
down her
insane.
chest. Yeah,
That's fucking crazy,
Yeah.
dude.
It's unbelievable that this kind of stuff was. I mean, I guess it makes sense. Like, you're fucking putting it out for kids, so like kids don't know the difference.
Yeah.
Right. So like people aren't really watching it or paying attention to what their kids are watching.
Yeah.
But then when somebody goes back and watches it, they're like, this shit was clearly
crazy.
had some sexual undertones. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah,
No, there are tons of sexual undertones, but it's tough because then, like in the show, without knowing all the background stuff,
Yeah.
people probably thought it was funny. Like there's like bits where they're like riding the wood or something like that. But it's crazy because it is funny to you as a kid because you're still in the same space as these kids. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But in reality, there's someone behind pulling the strings who, and it's super inappropriate. It's not like the kids are making this themselves.
I'm trying to think back to like when those shows came out
Yeah.
and how I felt as a kid because I remember watching Victorious and being like, this show's a little raunchy.
It is pretty.
Like, it was a
raunchy.
little raunchy to watch,
But you liked it, I'm sure, as a kid.
but I liked it. And then they started showing clips from Zoe 101, and I
Yeah.
love Zoe 101, and
Yeah.
that hurt my feelings.
they had some wild ones.
They
too.
had some weird shit going on.
Someone
there.
shot some lotion in her face or something like
Yeah,
that.
that
Oh,
was
dude, that
Jimmy
one was like
straight
that
looked
was
like a nut shot.
straight up cum shot.
A
And
straight cum shot,
her,
dude, right in the kisser.
the chick she did the scene with, they were interviewing her in the documentary. and
Fuck
she-
her, by the way. Fuck her.
Nicole,
She's
Why?
a piece of shit.
Why?
Cause she just she is a. So after I watched, cause I was in the group chat and I was like, man, some of these people are haters
yeah,
in the documentary. She's one of them. All this motherfucker do is complain all day.
who is it? What was she in? What show?
She was in Zoe 101. She was there for the first season,
I forgot who she was.
and then Victoria Justice replaced her basically. But
Yeah,
she was
yeah,
that little
yeah.
white girl, not the Hispanic one
the,
that was
yeah,
there.
the
Victoria
like
Justice
girly
was-
girl one, right?
The one that
She was a
she was
girly
trying to
girl.
get boys.
Yeah,
a
she was
lot.
trying to- she was trying to get-
Nicole. Okay, yeah,
Nicole, yeah.
that's the one who was standing outside of Nickelodeon with the sign. She
Yes.
was like one of the first ones to start speaking out about it.
Yes.
like, very
So
publicly.
she was right about this. Congratulations.
Okay.
But all this motherfucker do is say motherfuckers assaulted her all the time. That's
Yeah.
all she says. She said Jonah Hill like kissed her at a party, and then that was assault
It's
to
not
her.
good though. But all she keeps talking about.
It's
is
all
how
she keeps
got
talking
kissed.
about. It's all she got kissed by, and it's like all she has. I went to her Wikipedia, and all it is allegations she has against other people.
Damn.
She has nothing else,
Yeah.
and I was like,
So wait, what are you saying?
What do you think is the common denominator?
Oh, that she keeps going into it?
Not that she keeps going into it. I'm just saying. I just think that
Or that she might be on some bullshit.
she might be on some bullshit.
She's calling out anybody and everybody.
and you think about
she may have a
and you
chance
look at the dress she's wearing in the documentary. A little ridiculous.
What is it?
She has her titties out.
She didn't have her titties
Right?
out. She had big ass shoulder pads on.
Oh.
And I was
I
like,
don't know
this
why I
bitch. I
thought-
was like, this bitch want to be seen. She want to be
Shoulder
heard.
pads.
Yeah, she. I don't
Maybe
know.
I'm
like-
victim blaming.
No, I see what you're saying, right? But like, I do think that the story she told though, with the fucking cum shot shit, that shit was fucking crazy.
It
No
was
one came
crazy.
on her, right? It's,
No, not her.
It was a bit.
no one actually came.
It was a bit.
No, it was a bit where they're like
Bad
trying to
bit.
get this candy open, her and Jamie Lynn Spears.
Yeah.
And the girl in the scene's trying to open the candy with her mouth, but she can't. So she gives it to Jamie Lynn Spears.
Oh.
no.
Oh, that's bad. Now that I'm thinking about it.
It
for
cuts to
real.
Jamie Lynn Spears, and the bit is supposed to be that like the girl eventually opens it with her mouth on accident, and then the camera it just shows a shot of Jamie Lynn Spears getting like a huge thing of gloop, just like
Yeah,
that's
all-
what I saw.
all
Yeah.
over her face and just goes down her nose. And apparently, this is what homegirl in the documentary says.
Yeah.
That with a scene partner, she says that when it happened, all the guys behind the scenes are saying like, "Oh shit, it's a cum shot." Like all the other like
That's wild.
That was crazy. That was crazy.
13-year-old, 14-year-old dudes are saying that.
Damn, they're 14 in Zoe 101?
They're like 13.
Yeah, they were
14.
young, bro.
Jesus Christ.
They're pretty
Back
young.
in the day when... Well, actually, no. You know what? Nickelodeon kids and all these Disney Channel kids, they are kids.
They were kids.
They're actual straight-up kids.
That's
Yeah.
why when Jamie Lynn got pregnant, that was a big deal.
Yeah, she was like 17.
Yeah,
That's
she was
true.
17.
And that was near the end of the show.
Yeah, it was.
God damn, they were fucking little kids. That's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
That's fucking
Quite
crazy.
possibly, man. People are think about it.
That's
Also,
horrible.
too, like the nature of that kind of work probably attracts a certain type of person, right? Like
a desperate
yeah.
person.
like a person, like a type of like pedophile or whatever. Because like, oh, I get to be around kids all the time. Like, that person wants to be
Bro.
around them and are at that job because it allows them basically unparalleled access to children and all kinds of stuff.
One of
Yeah.
them said, the kids make it such a what did he say? It's such a pleasure to work with kids for free every week.
Yeah,
Or something like that.
because
And
they
I
were
was
like they
damn.
found because after they arrested them, they found their diaries and shit and like
Yeah.
all kinds of. I won't go into too many details. but
It
they-
was nuts.
They
They
were
found-
saying what they were doing to the
Bro,
kids.
they had evidence.
Yeah.
And there's videos and stuff like that, like that these people had shot with.
Yeah, that
some
one
of
guy
these
had
kids.
like hundreds of files of child pornography.
Yeah, he had files
Whoa.
like files of child pornography, and he had like individual envelopes of like a kid's name,
Oh,
and he'd have like actual physical evidence of the kid, whether it was like
Panties.
underpants, or really weird shit, or
Whoa.
like
Yeah.
letters that he'd wrote them, or weird things, bro.
That is fucking...
Yeah, that was crazy.
That's horrific.
And he was like a production
That's horrific.
assistant on was it All That or the Amanda Show? I think
It was All
both.
That.
It might have been both.
it was all
Amanda-
that because he wasn't there
Did he
by
already-
that time.
They already got it because
Yeah, he
they
was-
found him early.
He was already
Damn.
gone. He was already gone. Thank
That shit
God.
was nuts. But
See, that's the real shit that I don't... That's why I can't watch it, because I don't want to see that stuff. It's
Yeah, that,
tragic, man.
bro,
see
that
the Zoe
second
101
episode, that shit had me. The second and the third one, I was like, holy shit.
Had your skin crawling and shit?
I
Yeah.
was disgusted.
Because there's
It
one
makes
thing
your
to see the Zoe 101 nut shot. It's another thing to fucking hear about that. That's
it
crazy.
makes your stomach turn, man. Because like
Yeah.
the first episode, kind of like what Gio was talking about, it's just people kind of basically shit talking like the types of skits that they were
Yeah.
having, like basically just saying that like, listen, there were some weird sexual innuendos. It was
Yeah.
just inappropriate, and most of it was not basically around that. Most of that first episode was just around Dan Harmon as a boss and how he was like how
Dan
he treated
Snyder,
people.
Dan Snyder.
Dan
Harmon's
Snyder.
a good guy.
Dan
Dan
Harmon,
Harmon.
Dan Harmon's cool.
Dan Schneider, yeah.
Community.
Good, thank you for correcting. I was like, one of the Dans. And
He almost caught some strays here.
bro, basically at one point, because I guess he wanted to like have female writers in his writers' room.
Yeah.
Bro, he went to two different women, and he like got the information, and he's like, all right, both of you can be writers in the writers' room, but you have to split a salary with the other writer,
That is so foul.
which is illegal. You can't do that,
That
right?
is- he was paying them under minimum wage at the time?
Yes, they're getting. So imagine the salary of one male writer, and they're divided by two. So they're both having to share a salary.
That
Were
shit was
they
crazy.
new writers or he's just hoeing them?
He
They
was
were
just
new
honing.
writers.
That's fucking...
They were new writers, but also
Yeah.
male
Still,
new
that's
writers
crazy.
were making a lot more.
Yeah.
They're making a full salary.
Oh my god, dude.
That guy was crazy, bro.
That guy did not give a shit. Had a foot as the logo for Nickelodeon. Had a foot shaped pool. Guy had a foot shaped pool.
He had a foot shaped pool.
Yeah, I think that was
That's
the
insane.
apparently
Oh my god.
there was a like the production thing that they would show in the beginning or at the end of shows. I think it was his pool. It was an aerial shot of his pool, if I'm not mistaken, for a little while.
That's
Okay.
strange
I was talking to
as
my
hell.
girlfriend. She was like, "Yeah, I remember. Like, I remember the pool."
I remember the foot. The foot is like vivid in my head. I remember that.
I remember.
What was
like,
up with the foot?
I remember watching those shows,
liked
like
the foot, bro.
iCarly and like all the shows that he'd made, like Zoe 101, Victorious, and I remember thinking like specifically iCarly, like all the foot content. I remember thinking,
Weird.
even at that age, I was like, it's kind of weird, like how much like they're messing with their feet, or they have their foot going into like a plate of pasta, or like just weird shit like that. That it was very frequent, and I was like, that's so strange. I thought that was strange even then.
Yeah, I thought it was like I specifically remember a bit where they put ketchup on their feet, and I thought it was disgusting. I remember watching that as a kid and being like, oh, dude, that's why. Like, who needs this?
Yeah, shit like that is when I started to get off of Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
Because I was probably in high school or something around that time. And I was like, bro, I am too old.
Yeah, I think
I could just watch porn.
Yeah.
I can watch actual porn. I don't need Dan to
Are you
do
there
all
for
this.
that purpose, Gio? I'm only here. Oh, it doesn't even get me hard anymore.
It doesn't even get me hard anymore.
Doesn't do it for me anymore.
She's squeezing a potato. I can find a video where someone's really doing it.
Nah, I think where I ended was like towards like the middle of iCarly. Eventually, I was like, I don't want to watch this shit.
Yeah,
anymore.
I didn't care.
I kind of got over like because his series kind of had all the same sort of gimmicks.
Yeah.
Like those weird like foot jokes and like just really weird outlandish shit that maybe appeals to like smaller kids. But by that time, I had like Gio said, I just wanted to see
other shit.
I was on other shit. I was
I need to see
I was on Blue
grown
Mountain
tits.
State.
yeah.
I was watching Spike.
Yeah, I was watching Man TV. Yeah,
I didn't give a fuck.
Hell
That's
yeah.
true. Spike.
Watching Guy Code and shit.
Yeah.
Watching the world's craziest police chase videos.
Bro, Cops. Do you guys? I love watching Cops,
Cops
bro.
is so
man.
good.
I never watched them.
Spike TV used to run it from like 12 a.m. to like fucking 6 a.m. They just run Cops for hours in a row.
The episodes would be so funny too. The people would be so stupid, or they like it's because it's outlandish things. They want you to think it's funny, and it's not just straight up like stopping them, giving them a ticket for speeding.
No, it's
it would
never,
be them like running away like through multiple people's backyards. And
Hilarious.
stuff, and they finally catch them and shit.
The cops was like, hey, and they have to fucking chase after them.
It
I
did
say-
look annoying being a cop.
In
that.
In those shows, I
Yeah.
thought they were having a blast. I'm not gonna lie.
Nah, dude, they be chasing people around the whole fucking
But when they
show.
catch him,
Awesome.
when they catch him, they're fucking laughing. They're making jokes and shit.
Yeah.
They're like, "Oh, you thought you were gonna get away?" He's like, "I did."
Loki, when they catch him, they would rough him up a
They
little bit.
would fuck them up a little bit.
They
They
would
bro.
were tired as fuck.
But they would not show it on camera. I'm
Nah,
pretty sure.
hell, they would cut that shit and they beat their ass with a quickness.
You know they would.
But I did want to say I do have one small conspiracy theory about the Quiet on Set shit.
What?
So
What is
it's on HBO, and it's about Nickelodeon is a Viacom property, and I think there's beef with HBO and Viacom right now. So I think they're just doing a little dirty work. I mean,
But
That's a good
That's
point,
perfect, though,
Gio.
Gio.
I'm not
That's a
saying
good
that. I'm not saying they're
point.
wrong for saying it because the shit that was happening was fucked up. But I'm just saying, I think there was some other reasons
Of
for
course,
doing
there's some motive to it beyond that. But I do
Yeah.
think it doesn't take away from like
it. From what they're saying.
from some of the stuff, like the thing with like Drake, like you can't refute
Yeah.
stuff like you know like stuff, things like that. Like
But I think they were like somebody up top was like, "Oh, you have shit about Viacom, you say?"
No, that's perfect. Why wouldn't
pretty
you?
much because there were a few times where they threw a lot of shit at Nickelodeon. They would keep putting the message up like this was Nickelodeon's response to what we asked them about like whatever happened in this documentary,
What
whatever
was
happened.
Nickelodeon saying? No
Bas-
comment.
Some
pretty
basically
much
standard
everything.
Some
lawyer
bullshit.
fucking lawyer PR written statement
Yeah.
that they would just repeat over and over.
Also, the Dan Snyder interview afterwards was pretty funny.
Fucking
Because they-
Tebow,
Fucking
dude.
Tebow.
Come on, Tebow.
Oh yeah, the fucking
Oh my
The
god.
guy with the taco on the stick.
the fake Jamaican
That's
dude.
what he had on his stick.
He had taco on the stick. I
Tacos.
think he was
What,
Jamaican.
was he Jamaican?
No, he wasn't Jamaican in the show. He was just a black dude.
Oh, okay.
He just had dreads.
Okay.
He
I,
just
thought
had
he- I don't
I
know
can't
why I
remember
thought
if
it
he
was
was
Jamaican.
And I showed it to my friend, and he was like, "Is that Sway?" And I was like, "No, that's not Sway."
That's way in the morning.
Damn, Sway had the answers, bro.
Oh my god! I was like, "How the fuck?"
the answer, Sway.
I was like, "How the fuck is T-Bone doing this interview so fast?"
And he was talking so nonchalantly on that thing. Like, Dan Schneider, he was talking so nonchalant. It was so weird to see him, like,
Oh
doing an
my
interview.
god,
It's
This is the creepo that destroyed the lives of so many of my favorite.
bro!
You can tell like he had to respond to that shit, and you can know the guy has a bunch of lawyers and PR, so he already
Yeah.
knew what to say. All he had to say was like, I think I could have been a better boss. Like I made poor mistakes as a manager. Like I treated people poorly, and I could treat them better. He basically repeated
Yeah.
that same shit all throughout the interview.
Then he was also like, I was the only one making decisions. So it all went like all the scripts went to people on both coasts, and they saw it and they approved it. So it's not just me.
That's what he keeps saying. He's like all the executive, but bro,
you were
way.
the guy, bro. You were the guy.
No,
Yeah,
I
you were the
believe him.
guy.
Now, it doesn't take away from the fact that he is creepy as fuck, but I believe him when he says that. Cause
I don't think so, bro.
At
There's-
that
probably-
point, bro, he made so many hits,
yeah, like,
bro.
the guy's made 3 television shows, and believe me, these executives, they're managing hundreds of different showrunners across maybe like hundreds of different shows. They
Yeah.
don't have time to review every single script,
Yeah.
bro.
so you think he was just
He had carte blanche, bro.
he had carte blanche. He could do whatever he wants.
he was
He
under
made
the
all
radar,
that-
just doing whatever he wanted.
Bro, they were like, we don't give a fuck.
They're like, just cook.
Yeah, just cook.
Just cook. Here's a few pedophiles.
Yeah.
Go cook.
Here's a few pedophiles. Here's a few little boys and girls. Go cook.
Because think about it. All the shows that we're naming are like flagship shows.
Yeah.
Truly.
The only one that I think he didn't work on was Ned's Declassified, and they got in trouble. But
What they get in trouble for?
they got in trouble because they made like a joke because they didn't see the documentary itself, but they made a joke about like some of the pedophile shit. Because I think Cookie, who he edits their podcast, and he was working, and they were on TikTok Live or something.
Mm-hmm.
And then Ned, the guy who played Ned, he was like, give me that fucking podcast. And then he said, if you don't hurry up, give me your hole. And then everybody was like, oh, you can't say that. And they had to apologize and shit.
Oh, that's not that bad.
Yeah, that's not that bad.
It was pretty funny.
That sounds funny, actually. That's not bad.
Now, if that was a direct quote to something someone said in the documentary, that'd be crazy.
Now, if Cookie was a kid again, that would have been crazy.
Yeah.
But it's like they're friends. It's not like fucking, you know what I mean? Like, he's just making a fucking...
It was the timing of it. It was, people were like, that's sensitive. You can't joke about that stuff right now.
Oh, they should. Yeah, they should have known. They can't do it though.
Yeah.
That's cool that they're still friends.
Yeah.
That's cool that they're still friends.
But that's the only show I think that he didn't work on that people still talk about.
Yeah.
Every other show that they listed was a banger.
Yeah, they were.
Everything.
Dude. Zoe 101.
Yeah.
Drake and Josh.
Victorious had straight baddies, dude. They knew exactly
Yeah.
how to keep the older
Bro, and
generation
they got
like, locked in.
different demographics too. They got like the girly girl with like Kat.
Yeah.
They got the goth bitch with Jade.
Yeah.
They got the athletic like every girl with Victoria Justice.
Yeah.
I mean they got every type of chick on the show.
Yeah. Nobody was
Except
watching.
black women. They got no black.
They didn't have black
Andre.
women. They didn't have
Except for Andre,
Yeah,
yeah.
except for Andre, the finest black woman there is.
Nobody was watching fucking True Jackson VP.
Yeah.
Nobody gave a fuck.
Did he make True Jackson?
No, he didn't.
I don't think
Oh,
he made
okay.
True
I wonder if he
Jackson.
made it.
He didn't
Actually,
make True
Google
Jackson.
hell
it.
no, I ain't no way he made that shit. He ain't like black people like that.
Yeah. And
wasn't
I was
gonna
gonna
give
say
no
that's
black
so
body.
Raven and shit. No, that was Nickelodeon.
That was
was,
Disney.
Do you think Disney had some allegations too?
I wouldn't
Bro,
doubt
the
it.
Has
dude
anyone said
worked
anything
on
about
Sweet
it?
Life of Zack and Cody.
Yeah, after the guy who fucked Drake.
Yeah.
After this, he would keep in mind he got a slap on the
Jesus.
wrist for what he did. He only went to jail for 15 months.
What did they catch him with like fully? Like what was he convicted with?
They got him by confession.
Like confess.
It was like 11 charges.
It was a long list of shit, and he seriously only did 15 months, which is nuts.
Whoa. And he said in the confession, I assaulted a kid.
Yeah, bro.
Can I say how crazy it is
Whoa.
that they were on the phone? Like, it was Drake and the guy on the phone, but they
Yeah.
tapped the line. And so he was like, he was saying all the shit that he did to Drake.
Like he thought it was a private conversation.
He thought it was a
between
private
them.
conversation.
And how did
And
Drake
then
get that out of him? He just asked him like
they were just talking or something. And then the guy was like, wait, are we being recorded right now?
No.
And the next day he got arrested.
he saw that shit coming.
But damn, now Drake said that like when he went to
set him
court,
up.
Yeah,
on
that
his
was
side,
bad.
he said his side of the courtroom it was just him, his mom, and his brother, and like his lawyer, and that's
Drake?
it. Yeah,
Drake's
Yeah.
side?
yeah, on Drake's side. On the
Whoa.
dude's side, bro, he said you wouldn't believe the caliber of famous people that came out for this dude. Like,
Yeah.
there were a lot of people, and a lot of them who are very famous still to this day in Hollywood, who came out to support this guy. Who was like keep in mind, like when this shit came out, it all came out in the newspapers. They just took out the kid's name, so there was no name to it. But the allegation, all the like everything that came out that homeboy did,
Yeah.
it was all in the newspapers, like abusing a child, like blah blah blah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And people wrote letters in support of this dude saying that like, oh, he must have been tempted, oh this and that.
What?
Yes, bro.
Yeah,
There's
because I was
mul-
gonna say, how could they play that off if he confessed
There's
to Drake?
no way he would have done it. He had to be coerced.
That's what
That's what they said,
That's what
bro.
one of the people
That's
said.
out of control.
Bro,
You
pe-
can't be coerced.
And then like in the documentary, they even called out a few people who wrote letters, and there was like James Marsden, Taron Killam, a few other
Yeah.
celebrities that no one really
The
gives a
James
fuck
Marsden one hurt my
about.
soul.
I was like James Marsden
That
for
hurt me.
real,
James
bro.
But then I
Marsden.
remembered he worked on X-Men, and the Brian Pike guy worked on the X-Men movies
No excuse.
with another pedophile, Brian Singer.
Yeah, Brian Singer. He used
It
to
all
host-
comes back
He used to have
around.
them boy parties and shit.
And Brian Pike was probably the first one in line.
Yeah, for all we know. But anyways, like Drake was saying that whenever he got up to give his own statement, he basically looked at everybody in the room and he was like, "Shame on all of you for fucking like being here to support this dude for what he did to me."
Yeah.
That's fucked up, dude.
Which is
That
fucking
shit was crazy.
nuts, man. Imagine
that is
like
insane.
all these celebrities, people you've seen on TV, and they're like here supporting this dude who was abusing you for years.
That's insane. I mean, if you have someone like confessing to it, that's insane. To,
Can
like,
I
play
also
that-
say that if he was coerced, that still doesn't
That's what I'm saying.
It doesn't make it better. It's still a child.
It shouldn't be possible to coerce something like that. It's like they catch you fucking a dog, and you're like, well, the dog coerced me.
The dog coerced me.
Under no circumstances is fine. What are you talking about? There's no excuse for it.
The dog wiggled his butt the way I like, and then all of a sudden
he started red rocketing. I couldn't hold back.
I couldn't hold back from that corgi. Have you seen a corgi?
Yeah, Judge, have you seen a corgi?
Have you seen it? The fat ass is on. No, that's fucking crazy, dude. Like that's it. But that was during a different time.
Man, it was crazy.
Yeah.
Somehow
it
it
was.
wasn't a bigger story. We didn't even really know about it until just now.
Also, because like
Yeah.
Drake, they had taken Drake's name out of it.
Yeah.
Understandably so, right? He was still attached to the show and shit. It's like no one really knew who the victim was until.
Wait, so
like,
at what time was this? In the very beginning of Drake?
this is like right before Drake and Josh
Like
got shot.
months before they shot the first
yeah.
episode.
Yeah, months before they shot the first episode.
And
So
then
he
he
already
took
did the
off.
Amanda show. The Amanda show stuff was done, and then like Drake and Josh was coming right after.
Homeboy has probably been using him for like
Damn.
a year.
And
That's
they
what it
probably
seemed
told
like.
him, "You better not say a fucking word, or the show is done for."
I don't know.
I
I mean,
don't
he
know.
still
I
got
don't
the
Bring it
know.
show.
back up like after he got more and more famous because Drake and Josh was a huge show.
Huge show.
Huge show.
I
for
think he
Nickelodeon.
probably just personally didn't want to like put that stigma out there about himself.
I guess
That's why he
so.
kept his name out of
Yeah,
it.
because he wanted to like he kept his name out of it for many years. But at this point, it's like it's been 20 years, like
Yeah.
whatever.
Because I feel like it'd have more weight, right, if he had his name on it.
It could have, but it could have really hurt his career.
It could have hurt. It
It
could have.
could've,
It could
for
have
sure.
destroyed the show.
Yeah.
The show. They probably would have canceled the show. How
Oh,
you
yeah.
because like
sad, yeah.
it would have been a huge scandal for Nickelodeon if the main star of their at that time, not gonna lie, their biggest show came out and said I was raped by somebody who worked on the fucking shows.
Yeah.
Damn, 15 months too. Did he go to jail for those 15
Yeah.
months?
But that's not enough time, bro.
Nah,
15 months.
dude.
Under
No.
the jail,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
Years.
Under.
That's 5, 6, 7 years, something.
15 months is light work, bro.
Yeah.
I
Even
mean,
and he said on the thing that he assaulted him.
He said it on the phone.
That he fucked him.
he confessed to
Yeah.
everything, bro.
Yo, you need to go to jail for decades, dude. That's,
Yeah, man.
That's out of control. That's
It's
out
just-
of control.
It's crazy. There's a slap
And
on
then
the wrist. he
the
got.
other guy, he went to jail for like how many years?
I think he
Like,
went for a decent amount of time.
for like 10?
yeah,
something
he
like
went-
They
he
caught
went
him
for a
with the
decent amount of
porn,
time.
right?
Yeah, that one too.
He had
catch him with the
copious
porn.
amounts of evidence.
He had a
Like,
lot.
You're
like,
going downtown.
Tons. Yeah, he had tons of shit.
And then he also said, "I am a pedophile." he said it in the confession. He's like, "I am a pedophile."
He had another confession too. They tapped the line for him also.
No, they took him downtown and he said he fessed.
Oh,
up.
Yeah,
just-
that
he
dude
just
was
spilled his
sending-
beans.
They gave
he
him
was-
the hamburger and everything. He started
that dude was sending pictures of himself via email to like little girls
Yeah.
and shit like that. Like that dude was just putting it all out there like a fucking maniac.
That shit was
Oh, yeah,
crazy.
man.
My man sent a picture of him with his dick out and said, "I'm thinking of you," to a 9-year-old.
Yeah.
Whoa, guys,
Yep.
we gotta get off of this.
Yeah,
like,
this is
this
This
dark.
is way too out of control.
And I'm watching this at 2:00 on a Wednesday, and I'm like, "What the fuck is happening right now?"
2 p.m.
2 p.m.
What are you doing, Gio?
I was watching it. I had
On
my
my lunch break.
my two work screens right here, my phone right here, and I'm like, "Huh?"
Wait, what, who was the 9-year-old? She was from a show.
No, she was in the Amanda show for like she was an extra.
She was an extra or whatever, and like
Yeah.
trying to break into like more shows, and that's
Yeah.
where he had met her because he was a PA on the show.
Because he handled all the kids and like walked them across the set and everything.
Oh, of course, yeah.
yeah. So
Jesus Christ, had his hands on all those poor little kids.
And his
Imagine all the the dreams he destroyed.
Yeah,
Bro.
And like the people who still think about that shit.
because that girl, she wanted to be like in that industry, but her
Yeah.
mom was a little apprehensive because her grandma was like, she knows what goes on in the industry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
the mom was like, "Sure, you could be in anyways."
yeah, the mom was like, "Sure, yeah, fuck it." My mom was wrong anyways.
And then when the shit happened,
Oh,
when the little girl got sent that very inappropriate stuff, what did the mom do?
Nothing.
Nothing. She didn't call the cops. She just said, "Let's not do anything about it."
She said that to the kid.
She didn't say that
Yes.
specifically. She didn't say let's not do anything. But they didn't do anything basically.
Yeah.
Like she didn't call the cops. She didn't let anybody know. She
Because
just
she was
like-
worried about the shame and shit.
Yeah, she just didn't let her daughter go back to working on the set. And
I'm
I'm
like, bitch, fuck
I'm like,
your
bro,
shame.
You gotta call the cops if something like that happens.
So she
man.
made her quit, but that was it. She didn't.
Yeah, she didn't like report the guy for anything like that.
Yeah.
Which is
Crazy.
nuts.
Dude, you'd have to hold me back from trying to kill somebody.
That's what everybody
For
was
real,
saying,
man?
bro.
9 years old.
9.
13 is one thing, which is horrible as it is. 15, whatever. 9 single
Also,
digits.
Just why are you letting your 9-year-old email a grown man?
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
what could you possibly? You
It's
think,
poor judgment on the parents' part, bro.
what
Most
was up
of it
with all
is-
these parents in the show? Like they were all bad parents, right?
Except for Drake's dad. I think they were all
Drake's
bad.
dad and the black lady.
Yeah, the black
the
lady.
black mom was,
They
she
were
was
they were
cool.
pretty on top of their kids, like making sure their kids were taken care of and stuff.
Yeah.
Like Drake's dad, he just got fucked over because
He got they were going through a divorce.
because of the divorce and like the
Snagged
mom
the kid.
the mom pushed him out. Yeah, she pushed him out and took over his career. So then the dad couldn't be on set with him anymore.
Yeah.
Damn,
So like
dude.
after that, anything could
Shit
happen.
was crazy, man.
If your kid really wanted to be a child actor, Would you support it?
I was thinking about that the other day.
But you have a job to the point where you can't go with them. Like
no,
you have a job like Monday through Friday.
If they have real potential, like the kid from Modern Family potential, then yes.
Which kid from Modern Family?
The fucking Rico or whatever, you know what I mean?
Oh, the little fat kid?
Like if they can get like on a series or something like that, if they have potential like that kid,
yeah,
then maybe.
Okay.
But I guess they all have to start somewhere. Commercials.
They have to start somewhere. That's the thing, bro.
Are we making guap?
Yeah, you're making guap.
You better change your mind like those parents.
But bro,
listen, we don't need to say anything, but let's just not go back to that set.
Now look, Tommy, you just have to wear a little skin suit and have a little nose that looks like balls.
We got to make you look up a little uglier, honey.
You just got to look a little crazy.
but hey man, listen, if we're making guap, and if the kid wants to do it, that's why I would emphasize. Like, if you really want to do this, and it's your dream, I will support you. But I'm going to be around the whole time.
Yeah, I got to be there.
It's just scary because those little kid shows, like it is the perfect place for one of those people to work at.
Of course,
it's one thing for a kid to be like in a horror movie and they're like the only kid in the movie or something like that.
Yeah,
it's another kid where it's
a fuck ton of kids.
Yeah, it's a fuck ton of kids. And the extras are kids. Everyone are fucking kids. That's like the perfect place for that. So that's like letting your kid go in like pageants, like beauty pageants,
by themselves,
like preteens.
Because the parents weren't able to see the kids all the time.
Yeah,
like, they were like separated in like dressing rooms and shit. So
and they're dropping them off. They're probably going to work themselves,
bro.
They probably don't want all these parents on set, so they're like, no, you can't be here like on working days.
Especially because some of the parents will start raising concerns. They'd be like, hey, why the fuck are you guys doing this? Like,
you know what? Your son's off the show.
Like,
your son's gone.
Yeah,
like those checks, $20,000 checks. They're done.
Shut your mouth, bitch.
Yeah, man. It's just like all kinds of fucking inappropriate shit going on. The parents are like, wait, I don't think that people should be saying or doing these things to kids or around kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's wild.
That shit was crazy, man.
You guys watch anything interesting aside from that?
I watched Dream Scenario. It was really good. Y'all
I like Dream Scenario.
Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, I liked it.
It's on my list.
You got to watch it, dude. You still got to watch Godzilla. I'm telling you.
I'm not watching it until I can get the Blu-ray, bro.
I'm dying for you to watch it. But I like Dream Scenario a lot.
How did, without going into description, how did you find the last third of the movie?
I found it to be fantastic.
Really?
I enjoyed the twist. There was a little tiny bit of a twist.
I don't want to hear anymore.
No. Trust me, you have no idea. Like, it's not like an M. Night Shyamalan twist. It's just, the movie takes a bit of a different direction. Like, about midway, 2/3 of the way
I just felt like they were kind of like stumbling.
Yeah.
They were like, well, how do we end the movie?
Yeah, I mean, I guess because there was no true problem.
Yeah.
At a certain point.
Yeah.
It's essentially a movie about this professor. It's like tenured professor. Pretty much a very average, pretty boring guy. It's Nicolas Cage. Just a regular guy. He has 2 kids, a wife, all that shit.
That's a hilarious sentence. A pretty average, boring guy is Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
He was really good, man. He was
He's
really
a great
good.
actor, bro.
The guy who owns like fossils and
Yeah.
Superman, the OG Superman comics or whatever.
Oh,
Did
my
someone
God.
steal that from him? But I think that was like one of his, like some big robbery that happened to Nicolas Cage.
Oh, yeah. Somebody stole some shit.
I saw ads for a podcast about it. They were telling the entire story.
That's
like
hilarious.
Of how his shit got licked?
No, of how someone stole his first edition Superman comic.
That's just hilarious.
It was like
bro.
$600,000 or something.
That probably sounds super expensive.
Yeah, but so it's about this tenured professor, like boring guy, very boring guy, just regular dude, and everyone starts dreaming about him, like in his local area. Everyone starts dreaming about him. And so, like, his students start coming in, and like he kind of becomes like a local celebrity, and they start telling him about his dreams, and he's not doing anything in them, and blah blah blah. So, but watch the movie. I can't say anything else.
I can imagine
That's
being
essentially the
I can
point of
imagine
it.
being kind of funny though, because like, what if some people have fucking sex dreams with them? Or
It was fucking funny, bro.
That'd be
Yeah,
hilarious.
just watch it. Yeah,
It was fucking hilarious.
it's a pretty good movie. The vibes are very. Nicolas Cage is such a weirdo.
He's
dude.
a strange guy.
Oh my gosh, delete that. Or like, he's a weird guy, man.
I told you, stop taking pictures at breakfast.
Yeah. he's a weird dude.
He knows how to play it, man. He knows how to do, I think, both like comedic and like dramatic very well.
Yeah.
But-
Man, that shit was funny.
Wouldn't it be cool if something like that happened in real life? Why doesn't
No!
I don't things like that happen in real life.
No!
It'd be pretty neat.
If everybody just started dreaming about you,
Yeah, if everyone
Imagine
started dreaming
going
about
out
it.
in public and everyone's like, you're the guy.
Aren't you that fucking
Aren't
guy?
you the guy? And you don't know what they dreamed about.
Yeah.
Like, you don't know what you did in their dreams, but you were there.
Yeah.
That'd
that's
be
true. What if you
horrifying.
were doing some shit? What if you were like fucking them up in their dreams, like fucking
Bro.
beating them up or shooting them or something?
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta watch it, AB. You gotta
That shit would
watch
be
it.
horrifying.
It would be fucking horrifying, dude. It would be truly horrifying. To see someone you know, like to see someone in your dreams that you vividly remember and you dream about them over and over every night.
And you've never met them.
Yeah, for like a week. And then you see them one day in person at like Walmart. You would be like, what the fuck,
I'd be
dude?
scared.
I don't
It'd
know.
be mind blowing.
I don't know if I'd say anything to them.
But imagine tons of yeah.
I'd be a little freaked out.
If you're one of the first, like before he became like a bit of a celebrity, because then he becomes a bit of a celebrity. Everybody knows about it. Like
I dreamed about him before y'all did.
I was the first one.
I was the first one.
Nicolas Cage. Shout out Nicolas Cage.
Shout out to Nicolas Cage, man.
I do love Nicolas Cage.
I finally finished Harry Potter.
Oh,
I finished Harry Potter yesterday.
what did you think of him?
I thought it was good. I just think the 8th movie, man, we could have did that in one movie.
They start to lose it by
Okay.
the end.
Yeah.
By like after like number 3, to me, I feel like they just start to lose it.
It just felt like when a really good team plays a mediocre team
Yeah.
and the star player gets hurt.
Who's the really good team?
The really good team is Voldemort, and then he's like, I got a wand, and the wand doesn't fuck with me.
Yeah.
And then they got the Horcruxes and shit, and I was like, he didn't really put the paws on Voldemort.
No, he didn't.
He
No, he
kinda
didn't.
they kind of bitched out.
Yeah, they did kind of bitch out. Harry never really beats him, right?
I
If I'm
always,
not mistaken.
I always
Never.
wanted like a scrap, more of a
They
scrap.
never scrap.
And
they just stand in the fucking courtyard. Ha!
Yeah.
And then they kill the snake, and then Voldemort starts fucking melting, and then it's over.
They just kill all of his Horcruxes. That's how they beat
That's
him,
how
right?
they kill him.
So essentially, Voldemort is too strong for them, and they would have lost.
Yeah.
Without that.
It's kind of anticlimactic. I wanted more of like I don't know. I wanted to fight, man.
I wanted a really good, because y'all talking all this shit about Harry being the prophecy.
Yeah.
Show me.
No, truly,
Show
dude.
me he won all that shit.
That's why I keep telling y'all, if it was rated R, man, like they did not use enough of the magic
Do
stuff.
you want to see somebody get turned inside out with
Yeah,
the
I
wand?
do, bro. I want to see someone explode. And,
He
like,
wants to see somebody get turned into an asshole.
no, but like at least more of the beams. You know, if it's just beams like Dragon Ball Z, then it is.
Bro,
what it
people was
is.
getting dropped out there. I ain't gonna like. People were dying.
A few people got fucking Ron Weasley's his brother got dropped. One of the twins.
Yeah.
Fucking who
I
else?
wanted
got
somebody
dropped?
significant to die.
Dobby died.
Man, fuck Dobby.
Yeah, fuck Dobby. But Dumbledore died.
Dumbledore died.
Snape died. A few people died.
Okay, Snape did die. That was important.
He ended up being a good guy.
Man, fuck Snape.
Going goo goo gaga for
Snape-
Harry's mom.
I'm about to say Snape. That's what my beef with that shit was. Is that the main two guys that don't fuck with Harry just wanted to fuck his mom,
Yeah.
and they just couldn't do
Wait.
it. No, maybe not Voldemort. Maybe not
About to
Voldemort.
say
But
Voldemort
Snape-
wanted to
but
kill
Snape-
his
kind
mom?
of, right? Didn't
Voldemort, I
they
forgot
were
what
just
his beef
friends,
was.
right? Or something?
I think it was because he was the prophecy, and he wanted to kill. He wanted to kill Harry, but his mom didn't let him.
I
or
actually
whatever.
don't remember the whole story. Why is Voldemort so
it's
pissed again?
kinda foggy.
I know he's in the cradle and he shoots him in the face, but he doesn't
He
kill him.
shoots him in the face.
Pow, little baby.
It's because it's the prophecy. So the prophecy is that like the best wizard, or whatever, will be born. It's actually my birthday. At the end of July. Hey, baby, pretty neat. It's
Gio's
me.
like consequence. I don't know.
Hey, man, the boy who lived. That's all I'm saying.
That's all I'm saying.
But the prophecy is that the best wizard will be born at the end of July. Harry is born at the end of July, and then Voldemort goes to kill him.
Yeah.
His mom protects him, and all that shit.
Why does Voldemort want to kill him, though?
He wants to
bad
show
at
that
this
he's the
point,
best
right?
wizard ever.
He's bad at this point, or that's when he becomes bad?
He was bad at this point.
So he had already ran away from Hogwarts and all that shit, and he was being a bad boy
Yeah,
on the
his
loose.
face was already fucked up and everything.
Yeah.
Was Voldemort an instructor at Hogwarts?
No, he was just a student.
He was a student.
Yeah. What was his name?
Tom Riddle.
Tom Riddle.
Tom Riddle.
When they had his fucking
Tom's
name in the
Diary.
thing, and then it rearranged itself to Tom Riddle,
Yeah.
I said, it's some bullshit.
It is a little
Yeah.
gay. It's a little gay.
I muttered to myself, I was like, this is horrible.
Yeah.
Did they ever have an actor
cheesy.
show like what Voldemort looked like before?
They showed him as a kid, like as a teenager.
Okay.
Like as an 18-year-old, yeah.
Yeah.
He well, how did he lose the nose? Where'd the nose go?
I think his body was just fucked up from all the Horcruxes and like coming back to life and shit.
Yeah,
So
I do
it's-
love Voldemort when he's like a little baby
Oh my god,
When
that
they
shit was
got
so
him
cute.
in the
That
fetal
sh-
position.
He was under the table.
yeah, and then in
That's
the
just
Deathly
creepy.
Hollows when they resurrect him in the cemetery.
Yeah.
and he's just a little baby, and they put him in
That
the
shit's
they
creepy
put
as
him in the
fuck.
blanket.
And then the teacher has him on the back of his head.
Yeah.
And he
Oh.
unwraps it and it's fucking Voldemort's little baby face.
That was actually pretty clever.
That was tight,
That
bro.
was
I
pretty
was
tight.
like,
That was pretty tight.
fucking J.K. Rowling. She might be a little turf, but she was
Yeah.
on some shit.
Yeah, she does.
She was snapping a little
what's
bit.
turf? Trans
Exclusionary radical feminist.
Feminist, yeah, that's what it
trans
is.
exclusionary radical. TU.
She's not basically.
TE.
The English translation is she doesn't fuck with trans people.
She does not
Exactly.
like trans.
That-
Which is
it's-
crazy. Watching it, I was like, you should be on the side of this shit of all people.
Yeah, she
She's
put
on the
for
side of
gay
the
people.
wizards. You think she's on the side of the trans?
She made
She should've
Dumbledore
been.
gay. You would think that she'd be down with the sickness.
I think her thing is like, she's a hardcore feminist, so she's like, I don't want feminist rights confused with trans rights.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
That's my understanding of why she's like very hardcore like against trans, because she doesn't want trans people's rights getting confused. Like she wants feminists to have rights first before trans people
have their rights.
Yes,
Yeah.
who want to be women, who are not born as women. She doesn't want them to have the same rights as actual women.
I get it, man. She was, and there was some shit that she was putting in the movies that was a little stereotypical, and I had my feelings about the goblins and who they really are.
Yeah.
And I was like, JK, what you saying?
Hardly any black people.
Hardly any black people.
Wasn't the Asian girl's name something crazy?
It probably was. I don't know what it was.
Unless I'm
Lita
tripping.
Love. I don't know.
Lita Love.
I think in the book she was like Wing Fang or some shit like that. Like
Dang.
something real racist. I don't know if they changed it in the movie.
This is Szechuan sauce.
Because she wants sauce.
She wants soy sauce. Subaru.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
No, the wizard girl, the wizard girl pokey sticks or something. No, the you know what I'm talking about, though, right? The one that had a thing for Harry.
Yeah, I know what you're talking
Damn,
about.
that's
Harry was
Szechuan
such a.
sauce.
Oh my god.
All the girls loved Harry in the fucking.
All the
movies,
girls
too.
loved Harry, and he chose his fucking best friend's sister.
He just looked weird.
Yeah, Ginny.
He looked so weird when he got older, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was a cute little kid. When he got older, he looked like, I don't know. He
'cause
just looked strange.
Only his head grew.
Yeah.
Nothing-
Yeah, his body
nothing
stayed
grew.
like.
He's like Frankie Muniz.
Like boy, he
Yeah.
has like a boyish body.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I do like him a lot, though. I love Daniel Radcliffe.
He was
Yeah,
really
he's-
good, man.
He's legit.
He's fun even in bad. That Guns Akimbo movie, I saw that randomly.
I've never seen it.
I was like on vacation and they had cable and stuff, and I just put it on randomly. I enjoyed it. It wasn't even that great of a movie, but he's just fun to watch.
You know, I really don't think I've ever seen him in anything beyond Harry Potter.
I still haven't
Solomon.
seen Swiss Army Man.
No, I've heard it's a really fun one. I've heard that one's good.
It's
I just
probably
don't want to
too
sit
crazy,
through.
right?
He was fucking farting and shit, and he was just farting the whole movie.
That's what I heard.
Is that
That's what
Swiss
he's-
Army Man?
Yeah,
That's Swiss Army Man.
and he's
Is
talking.
his farting the whole
He's like
movie?
a dead man, but a guy gets trapped on the island, and he finds Daniel Radcliffe's body. I was about to say Harry Potter.
Like a paraplegic.
Yeah, like no, he's dead. Like
He's dead.
Daniel Radcliffe is dead in the movie,
Okay.
but he just uses his body to like cut trees down and like get around the island and shit. It's a bunch of wacky shit going on.
He gets on the back of him like a boat. Like
Yeah.
What the
But
fuck?
wait, if he's dead, what is this? Is this like a guy hallucinating or something? And
It could be.
Okay.
I
haven't
think that's
seen
what
the
it
movie.
was.
Have you seen it?
I haven't seen it.
Okay.
But I just know the
That
shit I've
sounds
heard.
actually super funny though.
That's
That's what I'm saying. It sounds good. I
No,
just
it
don't
looks
want to see
silly.
it.
It looks good.
I don't want to see it fresh off of Harry Potter.
Yeah.
That would be crazy.
This is what he's turned into. No, I respect the fuck out of Daniel Radcliffe because he doesn't take like the big budget movie because you know they offered him a few, I'm sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
of
Like
course.
fresh off of Harry Potter, but he just does the weird indie ones.
Imagine him as Spider-Man.
I was just thinking that. I was like, I'm surprised he did not get offered that.
He wouldn't be a bad like not Spider-Man, but someone in it, like a villain maybe, like a Mysterio.
Maybe, but I think by the time that,
Right.
like, just going back to like chronologically, by the time he finished Harry Potter, Spider-Man had already been like off the ground. Like
They
Tobey
were doing the Andrew Garfield shit.
yeah, Tobey
Tobey.
Maguire had already been picked. That series had been done. Andrew Garfield moved on. They moved on to
Yeah.
him and shit.
Now they're talking about they're gonna do a fourth one with Tobey Maguire. They're
Oh
in talks to
God,
do.
yeah. They're talking about
He's-
doing a fourth one with that and another amazing Spider-Man with
Dude.
Garfield. Andrew
Oh.
Garfield.
I say Garfield.
A collaboration
Oh.
with Garfield.
I fucking hate Mondays.
The whole fucking shit's gonna be about lasagna.
Green Goblin, where's my lasagna?
Yeah, I hate Mondays. that would be.
That would be
fucking hilarious.
amazing.
I want them to restart the whole shit.
Yeah.
Ah,
Did I tell you about the Transformers collab thing?
no,
Tell you
Nah.
about that?
nah.
Remember that Transformers movie I said I watched, the Age of Beast one?
Yeah.
So it gets to the end of the movie, right?
Yeah.
And the kid is now done with his adventure. He saved the world, whatever the fuck. He
Okay.
goes back home. And he's looking for a job. That's what he was doing in the beginning of the movie.
Okay.
He just graduated college. He's looking for a job.
No.
He gets an interview, right? He goes to this place. He tells them, I'm here to see this guy for an interview for whatever position.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, okay, take the elevator, go all the way down to the bottom floor. So he goes down to the bottom floor. It's like this little private room kind of. And a guy starts talking to him. And he's telling him, like, all these inconspicuous things that make it sound like he knows what he did. Like, they were in Peru or some shit. He's like, I saw what you did out there in Peru with your team and great teamwork and blah, blah, blah. You know, stupid shit like that. and so he keeps going. He's like, I don't know what you're talking about, blah, blah, blah. He's like,
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be a fit.
Yeah.
So he gets up and he starts trying to leave because the guy's kind of being like, I know what you did. And so he gets up, he goes to leave, and he's like, well, just take my card, like, just in case
Yeah.
you change your mind. He gives him the card, and he goes and he pulls a bookshelf, and the bookshelf starts opening, and it shows this, like, big underground hangar where they're doing all these tests and
Yeah.
like all these other transformer looking things, like little mini ones that they're doing tests on, like good guy type of shit.
Okay.
And he looks at the fucking card and it says G.I. Joe on it. I swear to God. It
Bro,
It says G.I. Joe on that.
was the
bitch.
guy like a military fucking?
He was like,
type?
yeah, it was some
That's-
underground military project.
That's hilarious.
So like we could
Bro.
use someone with your teamwork and your whatever your initiative.
If I saw that in theaters, I don't think I would have stopped laughing for an hour.
Dude, he said I saw the card. I was like, "There's no way.
bro.
There's no way they're bringing GI Joes into Transformers."
Wait, did they show the guy's face?
Yeah, they showed the guy's face, but he wasn't one of the GI Joes. Unless
just
he's
a
one of
guy.
the he wasn't one of the agents. or
Okay.
whatever. 'Cause he's just a
Bro.
dude.
All
What in the fuck is happening?
What's your ideal cast for G.I. Joe?
I don't even know. I don't even know what the fuck GI Joe does. They fight Cobra,
They fight Cobra. They fight Cobra.
but like in what type of settings?
Cobra's like an evil military force, right?
Yeah, it's like the Nazis and shit.
like terrorists or not terrorists. They're
Yeah,
just evil.
Pretty much, yeah.
What
Evil.
are they? Are they like a country? Are they like terrorists? Are they like a bad guy organization? Or are
They're
we fighting like
a terrorist organization, and the GI Joes are also an organization. I don't know if they have legion to a country. I don't know. I don't know how it works. I haven't seen that shit since I was a kid.
They're all Chinese people, or like whatever country.
I think that's what they're insinuating.
Cobras
Yeah.
are popular in Southeast Asia, bro.
And if you see
Cobras are
their
pretty sweet.
their mask designs, it looks like the Warriors from a
They do
long
look
time
ninja-y,
ago. They
yeah.
look ninja like
Yeah, they do look ninja, but they got a few ninja likes in GI Joes too.
because they switch sides.
They all essentially have like counterparts, right? It seems like
I think so.
they
yeah.
have like a ninja dude, and the other guys also have like another ninja dude.
yeah,
Yeah.
that is true.
I don't know. I don't know enough about GI Joe.
They should just leave it as is. They don't need to just stop.
Yeah.
It's all
Everybody
for-
stop.
Make a spy movie and that's it. You
It's
don't
a
need
cash,
to make it about
it's
GI
cash
Joe.
grab, man. It's like I was actually reading into this that there were multiple television shows and like movies made basically for the sole purpose of selling action figures and merchandise. And GI Joe
was one of them.
GI Joe's one of them. He-Man. There's like a few other ones where it's like the action figure was made first,
Yeah.
and then a few years later, they made like the television show and all the other shit and like radio programs to be able to sell more action figures, more merch,
Yep.
other shit.
What a time to be alive. Back when action figures could actually like move the needle a little bit.
And it did,
like,
bro.
by themselves.
That
Just-
shit did, man.
Yeah, just a cool action figure character design. And people were like, I got to see this guy. Now that would never happen. Now it's the other way around completely. Now maybe they're going back to like material they've used before and then just re-releasing fucking Transformers about new Transformer movies. But you don't see just like a new idea
Like,
that
kid-
turns into a movie
Kids
or
want
show.
they want the Fortnite skin, bro.
They want the Fortnite skin.
They want the
Fortnite
Roblox. They want the
skin.
Roblox merch. They
Man,
want
Fortnite
that.
movie.
And I see clips
I
of
can
Fortnite.
see that coming.
I want a movie for Fortnite.
If you think for a
Fortnite
second that's
movie.
not on its way, it is on its way.
They just got to figure out how to do it.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
it's on its way.
I don't know how they're gonna do it, but they're gonna do it. I mean, because in Fortnite there's a story, and there are like characters in it, kind
Yeah,
of
that is true.
like Minecraft,
Yeah.
where they got the guy with the blue shirt,
Yeah.
who everybody knows. So they're gonna make a movie.
Watch
about
it
that shit.
ironically be not that bad.
I'll tell you what.
I
Watch
would
it
be
surprisingly be not that bad. Watch it
Fortnite's
be
not
like,
for me anymore. I don't think it's for you guys, but it's not a bad game still to this
No,
day.
the concept is always cool.
And
I
it's
was
been
gonna say,
massively
added it-
successful. Like the shit still generates hella
Because
money.
they
Of
adapt
course.
so well, dude.
Yeah.
They adapt so well. They released this thing that I think you can like mod on or something. I don't know. I'll still see clips about it to this day.
Yeah.
When they do like collabs with like fucking Marvel or whatever.
Family Guy.
Family Guy.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man.
The
Naruto,
Weeknd.
all kinds of shit, dude.
But
Like every avenue.
Modern games, you need to have like new seasons every few months
Yeah,
to
that's
keep
what they-
people re-engaged.
That's
Like,
what they have.
Let's drop all this shit so people can like keep playing again, to like buy the merch, to buy the battle pass, to buy this shit.
It's all battle passes.
Because if not, like back in the day, people would work on a game for years. It would take people like between 3 to 7 years to make a video game.
Yeah.
They'd drop it, and then you'd play through the whole thing. Maybe there'd be DLC, sometimes not, and then that's it. That's the game.
Yeah.
There's no way to keep getting revenue off of it. But now they figured out like, all right, there's ways to keep people engaged, keep them coming back, keep them spending money on the game.
Yeah.
Let's have these like live ops, return events for people to come back and, you know.
Yeah, the whole like free game but pay for skins model.
It's genius.
It's taking over everything, but it's ruining everything too.
It just depends on what you're trying to play.
Yeah, like but I know several games that it's completely ruined because
Oh my god, that fucking Arkham. They have a new
the one with Robin and Nightwing and
No, not Robin. And Suicide Squad. They have a new
Oh.
Suicide Squad game that is not doing well. But it's
some
not like
people
it's,
loved it.
It's not a free to play though. You have to pay for. You have to buy it one time and then you get the seasons. As
I
DLC.
saw some of the bits like of the campaign or whatever. People didn't like it because of the story.
It's horrible.
The DC people lose. They all lose. But I bet it's
No, they well, yeah,
No, they all get killed.
The heroes lost,
like
yeah.
at the very end. Batman gets killed. They kill Batman.
And they killed a specific Batman that made it very. They killed the Arkham fucking Batman.
Yeah, they killed the one from the Arkham games. And
Oh
shit, right?
my god, that was so bad.
Those games are so fun, dude.
I
Being
heard those are
Batman
good
and
ones.
fucking doing a bunch of like popping out of a sewer grate and then beating the shit out of a few
They
people.
had the balls to kill that Batman, and then at the end say R.I.P. Kevin Conroy.
Yeah, and they gave King Shark the fucking Green Lantern ring.
Yeah, dog, that was bad.
It's a little out of control, but the idea is fun. I like the idea.
I mean, the Suicide Squad is always a great idea, but you just got to execute it right. No one. Well, the
That
James
movie-
Gun one was
That
good.
James
movie
Gunn
was
one is-
fucking
yeah,
good.
that was a really good movie.
That was
But they didn't
funny
kill
and-
anybody like. They didn't kill Superman.
No,
They just
no,
killed
no.
fucking what's my man name? The octopus with the big ass
Yeah,
eye.
Starlight.
Yeah, Starlight.
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 Starboy.
That's different.
Different show.
Yeah.
Different IP.
Damn, dude, fucking Invincible. Y'all watch Invincible?
I still haven't watched
I
it.
still haven't
Never-
watched Invincible.
They released the second season, right? And it was a massive cliffhanger that it ended on season
Yeah.
1. And they ended on another massive cliffhanger, and they did that horse shit where they stop it midway through the season, and they release 4 episodes, and then they're like, all right, in 6 months we're gonna release the other 4.
Ooh.
And so the other 4 just came out like 3 or 4 months later, or something like that.
Yeah.
And no one's talking about it anymore. And everyone's talking shit about it, how like they took too long, and now like the hype is dead.
That's how it be. But also,
like,
maybe
man.
it was the writer's strike that delayed them. I don't know. I don't know.
No,
how,
they had it ready. They had the whole thing ready.
oh, then fuck them.
They just didn't want to put it
decided-
out.
Yeah, they want people to stay on the
And on
streaming
Amazon,
service.
yeah.
yeah, they want people to stay subscribed to Amazon Prime.
They fucked
Yeah.
up.
If they did fuck up. Y'all saw that fucking new Ghostbusters movie?
I heard
I'm
it was
not gonna go see it.
awful,
I'm
bro.
not
I heard
seeing
it was
Really?
so bad.
They
I
got
heard-
me last time. I'm not falling for it again.
Wait, I heard the last one wasn't too bad.
It was
Resurrection?
dog
I've
shit.
heard every Ghostbusters
Really?
since the first one has been awful.
Did you see the trailer though?
It didn't look good.
It didn't
It's
look
an
good.
ice monster. It looks cool.
The design of the monster looks cool.
The design looks cool.
But I'm talking about the Ghostbusters part, which
Yeah.
they don't fucking get. That Ghostbusters is not a sci-fi movie; it's a comedy,
so
and
they're
I don't
making.
laugh.
Oh, it's drama.
It's a comedy. No, the new one is.
The new one's drama.
It's more so like sci-fi with comedic elements,
I don't like that.
and they just keep. And the jokes are just not funny. It wasn't funny the last one. I'm not going to watch this.
You know what? I guess you're right because it's like the whole city is like up in turmoil. The original ones weren't like that. Like one big ghost would come out,
Well, no, they had ghosts and shit, but it wasn't like
but it wasn't like we got to save the world.
it was a joke.
Yeah.
Like when they meet ghosts, and they're like, "Holy shit, this is hilarious!"
Yeah.
Like, why?
That's a Twinkie
why
dude,
is it
the
us?
Michelin Man guy, right?
Nah, Gozer's the demon, the lady, the demon lady.
I haven't seen it.
She was in the last Ghostbusters.
Gremlins? I'm just kidding. But dude, I bet you they're gonna make another one.
They should.
I bet you they're gonna.
I'm
make
positive they're gonna
another
make another
Gremlins.
one.
I used to love that fucking movie.
Gremlins is great. Gremlins is great.
Bro,
Gremlins
when they're,
2.
Bro, when they're on the airplane chewing the fucking what?
Gremlins 2 is fire. I love
Gremlins 2 is pretty good.
They're
too.
such little shits. That's the holiday one, right? That's
Those
Christmas
little
one.
fucks,
No,
man.
they're in New York. In Gremlins
The first
2.
one's the Christmas one.
The first
right?
one
The
is.
first one's Christmas, yeah.
Okay, yeah. They
Oh my
told them
God.
not to feed that motherfucker.
And
at
he
night.
did it. This is
Yeah.
dumbass.
He said, "Well, he's pretty hungry. I'll give him a cookie or something."
Oh my god!
That's
Shout out
crazy.
to fucking Gizmo. I
Yeah.
love Gizmo.
They turn into these unbelievable demons. That's fucking nuts.
That's very
dude.
funny. That's very funny.
Oh, speaking of movies, I did want to say Dune is about to hit $1 billion.
Dune's
box
about to hit
office.
$1 billion.
And I just
Deserves
want to
it.
say movies are not dead if you just make good shit and you promote it well.
Is it really that good, man? It looks too tan for me.
What's that even mean?
I'm sick of how many
Bro,
tan and brown
I don't
hues
want to
are-
hear. If you're gonna
The
watch
whole
bullshit,
movie is black and tannish, and that's
it
it.
takes place on a fucking sand planet.
I know, but still.
It has multiple settings, but one of the main
You know
settings
what's
is the
funny?
sand planet.
The moment that this is not spoiling it, but the moment that water is on screen in Dune 2, I said, "Holy shit, there's water!"
What the fuck is that
it makes,
color?
It makes you thirsty.
It made me thirsty. I
It
was like,
makes you
"Fuck!"
thirsty.
I was like, "Holy shit, there's
Bro,
water!"
the movie
gotta
is
watch it.
amazing. It's so immersive and like it
It's
really
great,
does. It
bro.
really does transport you to a different world. Like I said before, the best way I can describe it is just Game of Thrones, but in space.
Something I don't like about Timothy Chalamet, man. I don't like his.
He's
Nah,
actually good.
He's
Something
fantastic,
about
He's
it, man.
actually
bro.
pretty fucking good.
I think it
dude.
was Wonka, dude. I think Wonka soured my taste.
If you
for
watch the first Dune,
He's soured. Is the candy soured on you?
it. Pun intended.
if you watch the Dunes, bro, you'll change your opinion.
No,
Yeah.
I know they got to be good. You know who looks like they're good in it? Austin Butler.
He's fantastic.
Every time
He's
I
pretty
see
good.
one of his,
Everyone's good.
when he's doing that.
Honestly,
Everyone's good besides
he's fucking-
Christopher Walken.
Yeah.
Christopher
yeah,
Walken.
but he doesn't have much screen time anyways.
He doesn't, but
He probably has a total of 5 minutes.
I know he wants to
6
talk
minutes
in the
screen
accent.
time.
Yeah.
And he didn't want. He didn't.
And I was like, bro, I'm glad they didn't give him that much.
You're right.
His
His sandworms.
accent was-
Paul,
Worms.
what's going on?
Paul, I'm the rightful emperor.
Is that what they're talking about? They're all fighting for control of something, right?
It's hard to describe, but
Control of
basically,
the commodity.
I'll break it down.
Spice melange.
It's hard because like there's this
Spice
whole
melange.
world that you need to like experience through the movie for me to
Yeah.
describe. But basically, Paul comes from this family called the Atreides family, and they're very prominent. Like imagine like the Starks in Westeros. They have a lot of respect.
His name is Paul. What? Okay.
His name's Paul Atreides.
Steve.
They have like they don't have to have. They're like white. They're like his people are like white.
Yeah.
They don't
right?
have Game of Thrones names.
Yeah.
Nah. Besides Duncan, Idaho. That's
Yeah,
a goofy
that's a
ass
random
name.
one.
Duncan, Idaho.
But I guess it makes sense because like they're all from that planet that's like
The white people.
The white planet.
It's
We
all
love
white
Dunkin'
people.
Donuts
the
in
white
Idaho.
planet. Yeah.
We got Dunkin' Donuts in Idaho.
That's all we got.
So yeah, they're like the Starks or whatever. Like they're very well respected throughout the realm.
Yeah.
And the Emperor decides at the beginning of the movie, beginning of the book, he's like, all right, everybody fucks with them. Let's see if they can take Arrakis, this planet, which basically has this very valuable spice, which is
Yeah.
used for a bunch of different things. But one of the main uses is for space travel. So to be able to travel between planets and universes, they need the spice, which they feed to these people called guild directors, like guild drivers.
Yeah.
And they're basically these people who have very fucked up like bodies and faces from consuming all this spice.
Damn.
Because basically when you consume spice, you can have visions or see into the future. So with taking the spice, people can kind of know, all right, I know when different freights are passing through different space routes.
Yep.
So I can kind of help reroute this shit. So that's why it's so valuable, because it's used for transportation.
That's interesting.
right?
That's an
It's,
interesting concept.
bro, it's a great world. They
So
built the
cool.
world out very well.
So basically, whoever controls spice is a very, very powerful family,
Yeah.
right? And the Emperor puts Paul's family in charge of it. which
Nobody controls it at this point.
No, the family that controls at this point is a family called the Harkonnens, Batista's family.
Batista's family.
Okay.
Batista's family controls it, right? But they're not. They haven't been doing a great job. They've been fucking up, and like they're just very like ruthless. They don't.
Yeah.
They're not very like effective.
They're
And
like warrior type people.
yeah, and the Emperor suspects that they're stealing spice for themselves and like stockpiling it,
Yeah.
right?
They get high as hell off it.
Not all of them do. Only some of the people get fucked up off of it.
Okay.
Because it's
They've been
very
in rotation.
addictive.
Putting the blunt of spice
Putting
all
the
around.
spice-
This is so
blood.
funny. All I know is the South Park.
The fucking
The
spice
episode.
the
Spice
Tom
melange.
Brady's ass.
Yeah, Tom Brady shit. It's a fecal
The spice
transplant.
melange.
Okay. Well, actually, no. Don't say anymore. So they go to war with them. I'm guessing, right?
Yeah, that was a
Somewhat-
great.
that-
to try to
yeah,
take
I'll
over.
I'll just give you that
Yeah,
much.
that was
but
a
yeah,
great
there's, like,
Because
introduction.
that's actually a lot better than I thought it was. I don't know. I thought it was like a drug commodity.
Nah.
Nah,
They use it
hell
as
no.
a drug of some kind.
It's
Nah.
it's
That's
imagine
some Mad Max shit.
the equivalent, and to my understanding, because I've been reading the book, to my equivalent, the understanding that I've been getting from the book is like the writer used it as an example for like oil in the Middle East.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Like oil and like natural gas and shit like that. And like the people who are on, I guess, the planet Dune, Arrakis, they're the Fremen, which would be like in real life would be like the Arabs. So
Yeah.
like it kind of there's a lot of similarities between like Arabic culture and
Oh
like,
my God! Once
the
they got
Fremen culture.
to the second one, I was like, "This is just this is Africa. This is Africa and the Middle East." And I was like, "Yo, I'm uncomfortable."
They made us look bad.
Nah, they didn't make them look bad. They were just like it was just a little goofy. They just had black dudes just yelling at Paul, and I was like, "What is happening?" I was like, "What the fuck is going on?"
I do like when they find these really interesting movie and book and show ideas out of like regular things. Like how Talk to Me was about drugs.
that one was fascinating.
It was like a
man.
metaphor for drugs.
Oh, because they're sitting in a room, and it's in the middle.
Yeah, and it's like she keeps going back for hits like of this thing, and
Oh,
yeah, and like it ruins their lives.
it's a rather Australian thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
and there's I do like when they do that type of thing.
Man, I was watching Dune and I was like, this is some nerd shit. At one point
Dune-
when the fucking Lady Jessica's wearing the headpieces and shit, I was like, this is some nerdy ass
Bro, when
shit.
she has the
Lady
fucking
Jessica.
the
Lady
tattoos
Jessica.
on her face and
Yeah.
shit, bro. When she's in that bit.
Zendaya? Who's that?
Nah,
Nah,
that's Paul's mom.
Zendaya honestly just sounds like a California girl. Like they didn't. I know she's your girl Gio, but she didn't have any accent, nothing like that.
sound like
They
a
just let her sound like
California-
herself.
She sounds like a California girl, bro.
Yeah, they did not everybody didn't put on a voice.
Yeah.
Like people use their normal accents.
Yeah, they
and
talk
shit.
normal.
So they don't live on Earth anymore in this movie. They live
There ain't
No,
no
different
Earth.
bro, this
planets.
movie's set 10,000 years in
Yeah.
the future.
Or Earth is destroyed.
Earth has
Earth
been
is
long
long
gone.
gone.
This
Oh,
is
okay.
bro, people travel between galaxies. Like this is like way in the future.
Yeah.
Well, that'd be pretty sweet.
Tell me, bro, when you got 3 hours, Dune.
It's
you,
fucking.
You got
good,
yourself
bro.
3 hours in
Dune, bro.
3 hours. But you know what it is that the reason why I don't watch sometimes like movies like this, like Blade Runner 2049 and shit, is because you need 3 hours of brain time too. You can't just leave that in the background.
Yeah.
This ain't Napoleon Dynamite.
You don't
want to.
You don't want to engage your brain.
I do want to
This
engage my
ain't
brain.
Napoleon Dynamite.
This ain't Napoleon Dynamite.
We ain't talking about llamas and we ain't talking about steaks here.
Nobody's got tater tots in their pocket.
Fucking what a crazy movie. I was watching it today. That's why I said that.
God.
That's a fun movie though.
It is a fun movie. I just play it in the background. I was
I
like,
love
this is
that
such a
movie.
weird
So would you
movie
rather
for its
watch
time.
Roadhouse with Conor McGregor and Jake Gyllenhaal, or
Bro,
Dune?
no. God, no, dude. I
Wait.
watched
Are the reviews good?
The reviews are not good.
Okay, never
They
mind.
can't be good, dude. It's Conor McGregor.
Well, it's Jake Gyllenhaal. I respect his choices.
He
The
usually
cover
is
of it
good,
is
but-
him with his abs out sitting on a stool.
Yeah.
This looks bad.
They must have gave him a good bag.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh, of course,
a heavy
bro.
bag.
It was also probably a pretty fun movie to work on.
It probably
Oh,
it did
yeah.
look fun.
Yeah, just
You and,
kicking people
you
around.
and Conor McGregor kicking people around doing coke and shit.
Yeah, you
know
think
he
he was
had
cool
fun.
behind the scenes? Or
Now
you think
I'm
he was a
there.
dick?
No.
Connor?
I think he was
Yeah.
a
It's probably
dick.
cool. It's probably fun to party with.
Are they rated R?
I think that one is rated R.
It has to be rated R.
So they're off drug. They're getting boozed up and
and they were,
fighting.
they were whooping ass and shit, to my understanding.
'Cause
I didn't
the-
see the movie.
The original, he's like a security guard, right, for like a bar or something like that.
I think so, something like that.
I just remember him saying Roadhouse from Family Guy. That's all
all-
I
yeah.
remember.
Roadhouse. Yeah.
That's all I remember.
But the movie looked fucking awful, bro.
yeah.
Yeah, it looks really bad. It's one of those movies. I don't know how they put so much money into it. Jake Gyllenhaal's not a small name.
He's not, and Conor McGregor is not a small name either.
That's 100% true. I didn't even think of that. They must have paid Conor pretty big
Oh,
too.
dude, they backed up the fucking Brinks truck.
Yeah, because he doesn't act, so to get him in the movie, unless he
then
really wanted to
It
do
didn't even go to theaters. That shit
It's on
straight to
Amazon, right?
Amazon.
It makes me mad that Ricky Stenicki didn't go to theaters. I bet that could have done decent. At
That was a
theaters.
fun one.
I don't
man.
think comedy should go to theaters.
I think it should. What?
Cause I watched Bottoms and it's a comedy movie, and I was like, this. I could have watched this at home.
But see, those are the type of
Is-
movies that it's a very specific audience.
Was Bottoms the one where it's like the chicks start
From-
that little fight club?
Yeah.
That movie's fucking funny,
It's
dude.
funny.
It was good?
It was really funny,
Yeah.
yeah.
I
might
It
give
reminds
it a
me
watch.
of, have you guys seen Pen 15?
I seen a little bit of it.
It's like a little more angsty.
It's a little bit more mature than Pen 15.
Yeah.
But it's a similar vein of like comedy where like they're
Yeah.
kind of playing younger, but like it's very tongue in cheek. It's super fucking funny.
I like that.
But comedies, I feel like we should start putting that on Netflix.
we don't get quality comedy movies that way, though, Gio.
Yeah, we can still get quality movies.
I need you don't get big budget comedies anymore.
Like a Bridesmaids. They don't,
Like
they
There's
don't
a
Bridesmaids
reason why we
never.
don't get them anymore.
This Is the End. That was the last good one that did well, I think, in theaters.
Also,
wonder how
like
it
all
did.
the comedians who used to be a part of those type of movies,
They're old now.
they're old or the modern comedians. They don't want to do that. All they want to do is make podcasts and do like
Yeah.
live
Yeah.
comedy shows.
That's true. There is no young. There were a few Pete Davidson movies that I did enjoy. I did enjoy Big Time Adolescence a lot. That was a pretty good movie.
I never
I don't know
watched
if I
it.
saw that.
It was a pretty neat
I
movie.
just saw him in the movie with the one he did with Bill Burr.
Was that one any good?
Where he played like a firefighter's kid.
You know who I
And,
saw Bill Burr in? Keep going.
That one was actually it was okay. He was all right.
Yeah. It's just too sad.
What'd you see?
Firefighter. I saw Drugstore June, a little bit of it.
I haven't
like
seen that
30
one
minutes
yet.
of it.
I've never heard of this.
Isn't,
movie.
Very girly.
Isn't Homegirl in it? Esther.
Yeah, Esther Pavitsky.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Esther Patitsky.
Because I just started seeing her name, and I was like, I know her from somewhere. She was on a bad show on Hulu that I watched.
Alone Together, I think is the
Yeah,
name of the show. Or
yeah.
Something Together.
It was
Something
Alone
like that.
Together.
Yeah, it's about. I don't even know what it's about, to be honest. Yeah, it's about a girl so far working at a drugstore. She's like a TikToker.
So let me tell you,
It's
you need to go ahead and turn that off and put Dune on. That's what you need to do. Next
You
time
talking about all these
next
movies?
time-
Shut that down,
Next
yeah.
time you have the desire to watch Drugstore June, turn it off, put Dune on.
Wasting
Slap
all
Dune
this damn time.
Watch him ride some worms, dude.
Yeah, watch Timothy Chalamet. Right, so it's very good. Though.
Shimmichi.
It doesn't immerse you right away, bro. Like it slowly puts you into this universe,
Yeah.
and like that way you understand. Like, all right, this is like the world. This is what's
Yeah.
happening.
It is cool. You don't see movies like that too often now.
It's
Avatar
very
tried
rare.
coming back, but I don't care about it.
Huge budget.
Yeah.
And they gave a fuck when they made Dune, bro.
Yeah, no. I've heard good. I've only heard good things, so I got to watch it.
Yeah.
I got to give it a watch.
Bro, 3 hours. Just sit down on a Sunday. Or do it after you get off work.
But I've watched the Harry Potter movies.
Yeah,
Those
but
are
you,
just-
Yeah,
but you know what's happening already.
Yeah, it's so serious and it's so fucking many brown tones.
it's beautiful to look at,
Like,
man.
at least
I'm
Harry
telling
Potter
you.
is fun to watch. Like this movie, at least that's what the trailer shows. It's just all him in the fucking sand. He's just walking around in the sand in his all black
But
outfit.
there's a lot going on, bro. Like there's a lot being introduced. A lot
I've
of like
never thought about it that way.
He's just
There's
standing-
it's the same hues.
He's
He's looking over the horizon with the wind blowing and his hair and his cape.
That was one thing I was thinking about. I was like, how the fuck do they know where they are in the desert?
Yeah.
Bitch, it's just sand.
Well, I mean, the fucking
Just-
the Fremen know.
Because they live there.
Yeah.
But
So they just hit him up like,
Timothy
hey, where am I?
Chalamet not gonna know.
hell
I need
no.
coordinates to whatever.
Bitch,
Well,
it's over there.
The people who are native to the desert know it because they've lived there for hundreds and
Yeah.
thousands of years or whatever. But
Okay.
Timothy Chalamet, he got no fucking idea.
That's just hilarious. Ain't a tree. Not a tree in sight.
No
Not a damn
trees.
tree in sight.
Not a
in these
tree,
movies.
bro.
Not a fucking tree in sight.
That's a good note to end on, boys.
Watch the Dune.
Watch the
Take
Dune,
care,
bro.
everybody.
Bye, guys. Bye.